Tomorrow marks 1 week after 9 worshipers were killed at a church in Charleston. The effort to remove a Confederate flag from the state capitol in South Carolina continues to grow. This as thousands of demonstrators will rally at the Capitol today to demand the flag be taken down. Chris Clackham has more from Columbia, South Carolina.
It looks like the people in South Carolina who've protested for decades the Confederate flag flying at the state capitol are about to get their way.
It's time to move the flag from the Capitol grounds.
In light of last week's deadly shooting in Charleston, Governor Nikki Haley reversed herself and called for its removal, admitting many South Carolinians still see it as a memorial to honor ancestors who came to the service of the state during the Civil War.
That is not hate, nor is it racism. At the same time, for many others in South Carolina, the flag is a deeply offensive symbol of a brutally oppressive past.
The governor's move is getting support from other prominent Republicans like GOP presidential candidate Senator Lindsey Graham.
Here's a nightmare for South Carolina. We try to take it down and fail. That's it for us. You got to get this right.
Defenders of the flag aren't happy, though, and plan to fight the removal.
One more step in the direction of killing the Southern culture.
South Carolina's House and Senate, who go back into session today, must approve the removal of the flag. Chris Clackham, NBC News, Columbia, South Carolina.
And leaders in Mississippi are also tackling the issue. Their state flag has the stars and bars Confederate flag in its design. Leaders there, including the governor and the Speaker of the State House, say that needs to change. Also in Virginia, leaders there have called to stop issuing license plates featuring the Confederate flag. Well, just last week, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled Texas cannot be forced to issue these license plates with the Confederate flag on them. The sons of Confederate veterans had asked for them. A state board rejected their request over concerns it could offend some Texans. Justices said the state's denial does not violate free speech. And after a push to get rid of a statue of Confederate President Jefferson Davis on the UT campus, someone vandalized it overnight. Someone wrote "Black Lives Matter," a slogan that gained popularity last year. They did the same thing to a statue of Davis's friend, Albert Sidney Johnston, who served as a general in the Confederate Army. Well, yesterday we told you a petition to remove Davis's statue. It gained 1,500 signatures in just one day. New University President Greg Fenves met with student leaders. A spokesperson calls their meeting productive and says administrators will look at all the options. Well, many parts of the South still associate in some way with the Confederacy. So digging deeper into this, more than 24 Texas counties are named after prominent figures from the Confederacy. Most of them are in West Texas, but there is one here in Central Texas that's on the list. Lee County was named after Confederate General Robert E. Lee. Many schools and streets have been named after Confederate leaders like General Lee and President Jefferson Davis. However, other controversies have led to name changes in the past right here in Austin. In 2010, the University of Texas changed the name of the dorms Simpkins Hall to Creekside. William Stewart Simpkins served in the Confederate Army. Afterwards, he became a leader in the Ku Klux Klan. 10 years prior, Governor George W. Bush began the push to bring down a plaque. It had the Confederate flag and part of a quote the NAACP said should be removed. And in 2013, the sons of Confederate veterans filed a court motion to bring the original plaque back, saying the state illegally took down the original one.